Joe Biden tells 56% of Americans not to vote for him. The ACB hearings drop some great moments and great memes. Trump dances to YMCA. And a very predictable update on Kyle Rittenhouse. Before we get started with the news, if you're watching this video, I want to ask that you please go hit that subscribe button on my homepage, like this video, and share it with your friends. I don't have a big marketing team or a big fancy studio. I'm just a dude trying to share information that I think is important in easy to understand ways. And like I said yesterday, 76% of my viewers are not subscribed to this channel. So please, if you like my content and would like to see more of it, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell so you never miss a video, and share this video with your friends. And if everyone who shared this video, if everyone who watched this video shared it one time, I would be bigger than Joe Rogan by the end of the week. Alrighty then, on to the news. So, let's hop on over to this gem. Joe Biden is doing this interview. And I mean, you just gotta watch.
Gallup reported last week 56% of Americans said that they were better off today than they were 4 years ago, would have been under the Obama-Biden administration. So why should people who feel that they are better off today under the Trump administration vote for you?
Well, if they think that, they probably shouldn't. They think 54% of American people are better off economically today than they were in our administration. Well, their memory is not very good, quite frankly. And in addition to that, we have a president who doesn't share the values of most Americans. He's not very honest with people. He is flouting the conventions relative to public safety in terms of even now not wearing a mask.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Joe Biden is in the middle of an interview. And if you remember last week, I talked about this Gallup poll that showed that 56% of Americans said they're better off economically under Trump than they were 4 years ago under Obama and Biden. And so the interviewer brings it up and says, convince these people that think they're better economically under Trump. Convince them to vote for you. And Joe Biden looks at the interview and says, no, they shouldn't vote for me. They probably shouldn't vote for me anyway. They should go vote for Donald Trump. 56% of voters need to go vote for Donald Trump. Joe Biden, do you know how statistics work? You are literally giving away the popular vote. And then he says that they don't have very good memories. Joe Biden, the king of the flubs, says that the American people don't have very good memories. The man that couldn't even remember Mitt Romney's name.
You may remember I got in trouble when we were running against the senator who was a Mormon, the governor, okay? And I took him on.
The senator who was a Mormon, the governor. Joe Biden is having normal one, completely forgetting Mitt Romney's name. Yes, this is completely normal for Joe Biden. This is, and it's sad. It's sad that we're here. This is completely normal for Joe Biden. The bar for Biden has been set so low that all he has to do is stand there and not fall over, and the media will gush at his feet and claim that he has won the night. We saw this at the presidential debate. Trump hammered him and hammered him and hammered him, and he didn't perform terribly. Biden didn't, but he didn't perform good either. And he was still claimed as the victor. Guy had tons of flubs. Tons of flubs. I don't understand it. I don't understand how anyone can actually vote for this guy. Actually, that's not true. I do understand how people can vote for this guy. Because they hate Donald Trump. The people that vote for Biden or are going to vote for Biden are simply voting for Biden because they hate Donald Trump. Because, quite frankly, everything he's done, set aside all the things that he says, all the things that he tweets. Man's an idiot. I say that advisedly. He's not a stupid. He just does some really stupid things sometimes. But all that aside, the things that he does, the policy of his administration is really good. Take away the Trump personality, and all you look is what his administration has done, he's got a lot running for him. Okay? Record low black unemployment, even in the midst of the coronavirus pandemic. 56% of Americans say they're better under Trump than they were under Obama. Record peace deals. He handled the riots better than anyone in history. Okay, any president, any single presidential candidate would be running on one of these things, and Trump has this whole list of things to run on. So it doesn't make sense to me that he's not winning in terms of the popular vote. But then I remember it's because people hate him, because they have a perverted view of the Supreme Court, right? When Donald Trump nominates people like Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court, people who were going to read the Constitution as it was intended and say, all of my decisions will come from this piece of paper right here. If it doesn't align with the Constitution, well, sorry, it's not going anywhere. Shoot it down. And so these Amy Coney Barrett hearings have been taking place over the last 3 or 4 days. 3 days. Today being the third. And they're quite good. I was expecting the Democrats to go crazy, kind of like they did with Brett Kavanaugh, but it seems that they've learned their lesson. It seems that they've learned you can't just attack her, because then approval for Trump is going to go up. Approval for her, Amy Coney Barrett, is going to go up. That is the reality on the ground. But in this hearings yesterday, we came out with some great stuff. So there was this exchange between John Cornyn of Texas and Barrett, and it was just fantastic.
Have multiple notebooks and notes and books and things like that in front of us. Can you hold up what you've been referring to in answering our questions? Is there anything on it?
That letterhead that says United States Senate.
That's impressive. Have multiple notebooks and notes and books.
So Cornyn, at the beginning, it was cut off, so it's kind of hard to understand. He said, all of these people up here have all of these notebooks and books and notes and all of these things that we're referring to. What are you referring to? Literally an empty notepad. She holds it up, and she is schooling every single one of these politicians in this hearing on the Constitution and how the Supreme Court is supposed to work. I'm becoming more and more convinced that none of the people in this room that are conducting the hearings know how the Constitution is supposed to work. They just don't. But she does. She is brilliant. She is qualified. She is smart. She understands the Constitution. She understands how the Supreme Court is supposed to work. Nominate and confirm her now. There is no reason to wait. She is quite possibly the best Supreme Court nominee we've had in a long time, if not ever, at least in modern history. She's fantastic. But, Democrats still quite can't help themselves. They keep going after her. They keep attacking her. So Andrew Klavan over at the Daily Wire has this rule. If the Republicans do something wrong, it's Republicans did this wrong. If the Democrats do something wrong, it's Republicans pounce. So this video, should it arise to any sort of notoriety, any popularity, will be viewed as Republicans pounce. That's what it will be. Despite the fact I'm not actually registered Republican. I'm registered independent. Republicans pounce is the rule. Democrats are being stupid here. They're still attacking her, albeit not to the same degree that they attacked Brett Kavanaugh, but they are. And it's wrong, and it needs to end. What is so amazing, Judge Amy Coney Barrett is testifying with only a small notepad and a pencil. She is a former law professor who is often correcting senators on the details of cases headed to the Supreme Court. She is schooling lawmakers with 0 notes. I think the best I saw it is that she has 7 kids. She's used to answering dumb questions. Is honestly the best way to put it. She's answering dumb question after dumb question after dumb question. And she answers, let me put it this way, all of the questions asked are the same question worded differently. And she sees right through it and gives the exact same answer of, I don't know the case, I don't know the details of the case, so I can't speak on it. Or, that's an ongoing case, and I can't speak on it because it's ongoing. I don't know what else you want from her. Ask her a question she can answer. Quit asking the same question over and over, worded differently. Stop with the madness. Good grief. All right. Enough of this. I can't keep going on Amy Coney Barrett. Let's go on to Donald Trump. Speaking of madness, what is this madness? Watch. Immune Trump dance to YMCA and offers to kiss crowd at first post-COVID rally in Florida. This is amazing. Oh, okay. This is amazing. All right, we got to watch this video first because this is just fantastic. Trump dancing in Florida. First campaign event since testing positive for COVID-19. All right. It's funny. I could watch that all day long. I could watch a 10-hour loop of that. It's freaking hilarious. Like the guy, hate the guy. That's funny. Donald Trump is a stand-up comedian, and as we're about to see, he's really good at it. Right? There are people predicting on the right, like me and Ben Shapiro, and others, that at his first event, Donald Trump would be he'd just go around the crowd kissing people, and he would crowd surf and just be carried on the crowds of his voters. Well, we weren't too far off.
With me, the nice part. I went through it. Now they say I'm immune. I feel so powerful. I'll walk into that audience. I'll walk in there. I'll kiss everyone in that audience. I'll kiss the guys and the beautiful women and everybody. I'll just give you a big fat kiss.
Come on, it's funny. It's hilarious. It's Donald Trump being Donald Trump, and it's really funny. I don't know what else you want to say about that. It's really funny. Hours before the event, Trump's physician, Dr. Sean Conley, announced that the president had tested negative for the virus on, quote, consecutive days, suggesting his first negative screening took place sometime over the weekend. The president's first COVID positive test came on October 1st, spending 3 days in the Walter Reed Medical Center in Bethesda, Maryland, for treatment before returning to the work at the White House. Back on the campaign trail on Monday night, Trump appeared determined to prove that he had defeated the virus, remaining on stage for over an hour while boasting of feeling energized. Before wrapping up the rally, Trump led the crowd in a dance routine to the Village People's YMCA for nearly the entirety of the song. That's a look. That's the thing that people do. Oh Lord, this is really funny. It is. It's really funny. I don't care what you have to think. I don't care what you think about it. That's funny. Donald Trump is a stand-up comedian, and he's good at it. When people don't take Trump so seriously, they realize he's not a bad guy. He's not such a bad president after all. All right. On to, let's end on a more serious note. The Kyle Rittenhouse update. Kyle Rittenhouse won't face charges in Illinois. Prosecutors. All right. Prosecutors say a 17-year-old accused of killing 2 protesters days after Jacob Blake was shot by police in Kenosha, Wisconsin, won't face charges in his home state of Illinois. The Lake County State's Attorney Office said Tuesday an investigation is revealed the gun used in Kenosha shooting was purchased, stored, and used in Wisconsin. It says there is no evidence the gun was ever physically possessed by Kyle Rittenhouse in Illinois. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting because I was informed by reliable sources, CNN, MSNBC, NBC, all of these other places, that Rittenhouse got in the car with his mother, with his gun, was driven into Wisconsin, across the border, and then killed 2 people and injured a 3rd. But here, apparently, the new evidence is that story was bogus. Who would have ever thought? Who would have predicted that the media lied to you? I did. Everyone on the right. Everyone on the right knew that this was happening. Rittenhouse, who is white, had been celebrated by some on the right as a patriot after he allegedly shot 2 people to death during protests over the shooting of Jacob Blake, who was black. The slain protesters were both white. Okay, here's the deal. I don't care what the race of the people are. Race does not matter unless it is a motivator. If it's not a motivator, it doesn't matter one bit. Zero, zilch, nada. The race of Rittenhouse doesn't matter. The race of Jacob Blake doesn't matter because it wasn't a racist shooting. I'm sorry. There's no evidence that the shooting was racially motivated and therefore cannot be classified as a racist shooting. And to go further, Rittenhouse, who has been dragged out as some, quote, white supremacist, there's no evidence for that at all. And by none, I mean none. Zero, zilch, nada. There's no evidence that Rittenhouse is a white supremacist. There's no evidence that he killed those people because he hated them. He killed them because he was trying to defend himself. Does that make him a hero? No, he's absolutely not a hero. He shouldn't have been there in the first place. He is a vigilante, and vigilantism is illegal. Okay? He is a criminal for that much. He's not a criminal for killing these men. He killed them because they were chasing him. One man threw a Molotov cocktail at him, then tried to shoot him. So Kyle, rightfully so, shot him back. Okay? Then he called the police, tried to turn himself in which case, at which point, other people started chasing him down the road. So when he tripped and fell and they jumped on him and beat him with a skateboard, he shot him in the stomach or the torso. And then another guy tried to raise his firearm to shoot him, so he blew the guy's bicep off. I would have done the same thing. Donations for Rittenhouse's legal defense are now in the millions of dollars, as they should be. This is all ridiculous. Rittenhouse has been held in Illinois as his attorneys fight extradition efforts that would send him to Wisconsin to face homicide charges. No. That's not what should be happening here. He should not be facing homicide charges because he didn't kill them on purpose. This was a self-defense killing. All 3 shots were clean. Okay? The Antioch teen remains held in a juvenile detention center in Lake County, Illinois, without bond due to pending criminal charges in Kenosha. The Associated Press contributed to this report. Okay, so here's the deal. He's not going to be facing any charges in Illinois, and his lawyers are fighting extradition charges. His lawyers are keeping him from being transferred across state lines where the crime actually happened. Because if he goes over there, theoretically, he will get charged with a lot more than just involuntary manslaughter, which I think is about the worst he could be charged with. Because again, these killings were not intentional. The assaults were instigated. That being said, the castle doctrine isn't a thing as far as I'm aware in Wisconsin. And even if it were, he wasn't on his own property, so it's a little, we'll say, convoluted, to say the least. It's a little convoluted. So past that, I don't know. I'm not a legal expert. I'm going to leave it to people who are legal experts. Yeah, I think I'm gonna trust the justice system on this one, as I trusted the justice system with Breonna Taylor, as I'm trusting the justice system with Jacob Blake. We need to let it play out. We need to let all of the evidence come out. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys here tomorrow. Like I said at the beginning of the channel, beginning of the episode, if you like this episode, please share it with your friends. Hit that like button. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single episode. And I will see you guys here tomorrow.